Right in the middle.
Sounds good. Take it to the stage job, not share the...
Why not, eh? Why not?
Sorry guys, I get all the in the ice bath.
It's, yeah,
It's bloody hot, 30 degrees in there today.
it's pretty warm.
Oh,
It's pretty warm.
Stinker out there.
Yeah, steamy. No worries.
Really hard, didn't they, for their win?
Yeah, absolutely. They well deserved from the Blues. Probably from halfway through the second, they pretty much owned the game. I thought we continued to try, work really hard and tried to hang in there, but they were certainly the deserving victors today.
Thoughts on Aaron's game today, Doc?
Yeah, so I think as a first up after a fairly lengthy layoff, it was pretty impressive, and I thought Rhiannon started really strongly as well. Our intent was for her to play probably 50% game time, and unfortunately with Jess going down, she ended up playing sort of closer to 80 or 90. So that obviously took its toll a little bit, but for both girls to get through and contribute was really positive. Obviously they're disappointed in the outcome, but it is good for them to have got through a full game and to have that confidence that their bodies are right.
Aaron got a bit of a hard take at times, especially in that last quarter that she's playing midfield.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's pretty much what's happened every time she's played a game of footy. So, if it wasn't that way, I would have been surprised. So, I guess back to business as usual for Erin.
When Carlton started moving, they were moving
Yeah.
ways in time, and obviously having plus over 90 possessions, so don't really tire.
Yeah, I think ultimately that was well done by Carlton. They shifted the ball really efficiently. At times we worked hard. We got out there. We at times actually had the extra number, but we weren't able to win that contest. So they not only did they move the ball effectively, but at the critical moment they won their contests, and that means you've got to run again. So yeah, they owned, as I said, they owned the game for the majority. Yeah, so we'll wait and see. We've got a 6-day turnaround, so it's ankle, foot. She'll get some scans tomorrow, but on 6 days it's going to be pretty tight, I'd reckon. So we'll probably have to. As I say, we won't rule her out yet, but I'd envisage that we might be needing to make some alternate plans there. Yeah, so she was able to come bashe copped a fairly solid knock, but was able to play out the game. So we'd envisage that she'll come up. Yeah, well, the thing about AFLW, it doesn't really matter. Every game's high pressure because 8-game season. There's no margin for error. So, as I say, we actually played some pretty solid footy for a quarter and a half. We weren't able to sustain it. We'll have to be able to sustain it as we did last week. Last week I think was a 4-quarter effort, and we needed that to get a win. Today we weren't quite able to maintain it. So, yeah, that's the nature of the competition. Yeah, well, I think Carlton lifted their work rate, their intensity, their ability to shift the ball was really good. But ultimately, the contested possession number fell out of whack. Minus 20 odd. So that anytime it's in that vicinity, you're going to be in a fair bit of trouble. So that's where it starts. Yeah, so we've had a pretty strong record in that space. That's not a given. That's history. That doesn't give you any right to own it going forward. And across the ground, that they won those contests. So well played. Yeah, so that'll be that's again a wait and see on Courtney. It was on the lower end of the scale, but 1 week is probably touch and go. So we'll see how she pulls up as the week progresses. Yeah, well, it was actually, obviously it unsettled us a little bit. She's a fairly handy player. It meant that there was the workload particularly in the ruck, obviously got shifted pretty quickly to a player who's come back from a relatively long period out of the game. So that said, we still have four fit ones on the bench, so you should be able to manage that with unlimited rotation. So we'd rather have her out there, but we didn't, and it was Carlton's good play to exploit that. Thanks, guys. Good job.